Thank you for your cooperation. Where are you from?
I'm from Australia, Western Australia.
Today's main topic is what brought you to Japan? What made you interested in Japan and coming to Japan?
It was actually my partner's interest. He's always wanted to be here, but what brought us here this time was we wanted to experience another culture for Christmas. We'd never really been interested in anywhere else but Japan, so we've heard a lot of good things. So, yeah. We only want to come here.
What expectation of Japan did you have before coming to Japan, and do you think the reality is the same as the expectation?
Yeah, so the expectations we had was just because of other people's conversations. So the people were nice, everyone was very accommodating, it's very clean, very welcoming, and yeah, so far all of our expectations have been met.
Thank you.
No worries.
Where are you from?
I'm from Italy.
How long have you been in Japan?
It's 3 months from now. 3 months.
What do you do in Japan?
I'm studying Japanese in a language school.
What brought you to Japan?
I have studied Japanese 3 years at university in Italy, and so I decided to come here and continue studying it to become more fluent. I have become interested in Japanese language because I view many anime and read mangas in Italy, and I realized that Japanese language is very beautiful, and then I go to university to study it, and so I realized also the culture, because I studied at university, is very beautiful.
What expectations of Japan did you have before coming to Japan?
My expectations were a very clean and safe country with very polite people, and I think from now it's quite my expectation of matching my idea.
Lastly, did you experience some culture shock in Japan? You found something surprising or weird?
The size of the yogurt, because they are tiny compared to Italian yogurt. I was like, they are so good and they are so tiny. I'm so sad for that. But also the thing that children go alone everywhere. I met a child in Fukuoka, where I live now. He asked us to go around with her in a museum, and she's like, "Chugokse," and go around with no one for Italian is impossible because it's not safe.
What would you say to people who want to come to Japan and live in Japan?
Oh, to try. Of course, it's not simple to come and live here, but it's a very great experience to take. From now, I'm very happy to have this opportunity to stay here, and so please come and gambatte.
Do you have some advice for them?
Not to be rude, because sometimes we do something like Gaikokujin does.
What type of behavior is like especially rude in Japan?
Or like talk loud on trains, or eat while walking, of course, also.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Arigato.
ありがとうございます。Thank you for your cooperation. Where are you from?
I'm from France, Paris.
How long have you been in Japan?
Since 2 days, actually.
So you're just like visiting.
Yeah, I am.
Today's topic is what brought you to Japan? What made you interested in Japan?
I'm passionate about culture in food, and I want to work in this food sector. So I wanted to discover more about the culture, about food.
Did you try some Japanese food?
Yeah. I tried some ramen yesterday in 2 places. I think it's kind of touristic. I've been to Ichiran Ramen, yeah. And I've been to another one in Roppongi called Ipuro Ramen. Yeah, and it was really good.
Which did you like more?
I think the one in Ipuro, because it was more spicy. I've been dreaming of this country since I was a child, so I've been watching so many movies, especially Studio Ghibli, and being here is like, it's a children's dream.
Okay.
Yeah.
What expectations of Japan did you have before coming to Japan? And what the expectation the same as the reality?
Since I was in South Korea, I thought it was going to be kind of the same atmosphere, but it's not. It's really, really different. Like, for example, the way people drive, or I don't know, the atmosphere is more calm here, and I feel like in Korea it's more stressed and always in movement. There is music everywhere. So I was like, oh, this is more chill here.
Okay,
So-
is it more quiet here?
Yeah, more quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lastly, what would you say to people who think about coming to Japan?
Good choice of country, great food, and great atmosphere, wonderful place to visit.
Thank you for your cooperation. Where are you from?
I'm from Spain.
What made you interested in Japan and coming to Japan?
All the people that I know that have been already in Japan, they told me that the most beautiful country they ever saw, the most different country with a different culture from all the other countries you can visit. So I just wanted to see for myself. I find really interesting mixing between the old culture and the new times. Cities are so modern, but you still have the traditional stuff like temple, and it is really nice to see both sides of the country.
What did you like the most about Japan in this trip?
I like the nature the most. The nature, the temples, the landscaping. I like it a lot more than the cities, to be honest. Cities is just too much lights and too much noise and too many people. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Which area did you like the most?
Well, I like Kyoto, and I went to Miyajima. I loved it there. And then recently I went to Hakone, and it was wonderful too.
Did you experience some culture shock in Japan?
Well, yes, I cannot understand why there is not like garbage cans in the streets. I don't know what people do with the trash. I don't really know. I like the bathroom. I like the toilets. I like the care you put in the self-hygiene. I love the onsens.
Did you try onsen? Hot spring.
Yeah, I did
Okay.
several. And here is really wonderful because the concept of being naked and contact with nature, because I've been in hot springs that are outside and with trees, and it's just so wonderful. I want to do an onsen on my own house in Spain. It's not going to be possible, but I just love it.
Some of my foreign friends said they're a little bit shy to go to onsen because in Japan, like, we need to be naked. Onsen. Were you not shy?
No. I think I'm gonna do. I would love to. I mean, it's wonderful.
What would you say to people who think about coming to Japan? And any advice?
Well, people are thinking of coming to Japan should definitely do it, because for us, for European people, maybe it's the most different thing you can see in the whole world. I mean, I've been to many countries, and this is just so different and so nice. So I recommend it.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your cooperation. Where are you from?
And I'm from the USA.
What do you do in Japan?
Well, so far I've walked around and seen a few sites.
What made you interested in Japan, coming to Japan?
Actually, before I was here, I was crossing the border from Laos to Thailand, and I was deciding to come to Japan or maybe go to Nepal and India. And I talked to this couple from England, and they loved Japan. They thought it was the greatest place. So I said, all right, and I got a ticket and came out here. And yeah, I just wanted to see like the nature, and I've heard that Tokyo is just a great place to be, and so I wanted to come see what it was about, and then I want to see the snow up north, and I've always wanted to see Mount Fuji, so I'm very excited to see that, and I'm excited to ride on the bullet train, so that'll be fun.
Except of Japan, you've been to many countries in Asia, and where did you go?
I went to Vietnam, then from Vietnam to Cambodia, then from Cambodia up into Laos, and then from Laos to Thailand.
Which country? It's a very difficult question, but which country did you like the most?
Oh, the most. I have high hopes for Japan. I think this will be the best, or my favorite. It's so hard. It's so difficult to choose because each country has its own things, and some things are great, and some things are less great.
What expectations of Japan did you have before coming to Japan, and what your expectation the same as the reality?
I have very few expectations because I like to just be open and see what's out there and get there and find out. But I had heard that Tokyo was very clean, very organized, very neat. And coming from a manufacturing background, I know that lots of innovations in the manufacturing world come from Japan. And I've heard that that's kind of the culture is organized and orderly, and that was kind of my expectation, and my expectations have been surpassed with very cool small things like the vending machines here. The fact that they have hot drinks and cold drinks is very cool. I think that's cool. I think an example of the orderly kind of thing, like on an escalator, everybody stands on the left and walks on the right, like every escalator. I think that's very cool because it's just so organized and so respectful. Nobody's like rushing through and rushing past. It's like everybody's kind of respecting each other's space and each other's time. So yeah, just the small things like that I think are really cool.
What would you say to people who want to come to Japan, visit Japan?
To do it. Yeah, the time is now. It's always now. I think just do it and just get out here. Oh, I think one thing that's maybe intimidating is the language barrier, but it hasn't been that bad. In Tokyo, I've learned just a little bit of Japanese, so I've been able to get around after learning for like a couple days. And a lot of people speak English here, I've found. And yeah, to just go out and do it, because life is short. You got to go at some point. So
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. Thank you.